Yo, what's up YouTube family? Shawnee C here at Motor City Custom. Checking back in on the Deuce, the 62 Impala project. Yeah, so I'm finally back in the shop and doing a little work. I grabbed a little dia grinder. Let me unplug that before the compressor leaks down. Yeah, so I grabbed this little bad boy to help clean up some of this little surface rust, because today I want to work on this area right here where you see the weld seam. I'm gonna get some Duraglass over that and start to body work it. And also all the exposed metal areas, I'm just gonna be cleaning them up, because you guys already know the shop is a little bit wet, but from whoever last worked on it, it had this little bit of surface rust on it. So gonna be cleaning that up, try to protect this metal as best as possible, and potentially hitting it with some primer, but we'll see. My main focus is this little weld seam today, and I might take it all the way up and work the seam on the entire quarter. But right here, it's completely exposed, and we need to get some Duraglass over that and start to body work it. So that's pretty much it. I had plans to do this throughout this week, but just life got in the way. I didn't really get a whole lot of time in at the shop, so gonna try to make up for that today. It's actually the long weekend, Memorial Day weekend. A lot of car-related functions and stuff going on, but I'm just gonna focus on building my cars, working on my projects, both here at the shop and at home. So I'll be doing what I can to capture a little content and share with you guys, or to share with you guys. So, hope you enjoy it. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. And if you're feeling the content, make sure to drop a like. But either way, I appreciate you just taking your time to watch. But yeah, so without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the pause button, get myself situated, and get to work. And I'll bring you guys back when I get a little progress and show you where we're at. All right, guys, Shawnee C out for the minute. All right, let's get some work done. All right, so the idea here is not to go too crazy, just more so focusing in on the specific area that I'm working on. Okay, so just wanted to get that surface rust out of that area. As you can see, the rest of the panel still has surface rust. I'll get to that, but for right now, I'm focusing in on this and right here too. Probably you should break out the welder and fill this hole, but not today, buddy. It's getting Duraglass. Yeah, so there's a small patch here too. So I need to work that area a bit too. Just so right in here is where we'll be working. Stay tuned, more to come. All right, guys, just want to show you real quick what I'm working with. So this is it, Duraglass, fiberglass reinforced filler. That's what it looks like. And you know, mix it up with a little hardener. So we've already got that first wipe on there of the Duraglass in the areas of concern. So just applied that, we'll let it dry for a while. And this lower area, you know, it needs, that patch was not the, you know, it's a good patch, but it's a little wavy. Like they got it maybe a little too overheated, warped it a slight bit. So I'm gonna let this dry and then I'll reapply some more filler, some more of the Duraglass in this little area right here. But yeah, so like I'm saying, overall it's not that bad. And when you're using this stuff, you don't want to use a whole lot, right? It's a little bit stronger, so it's a little tougher to sand. So it's not really meant, you know, you don't want to use it like the regular Bondo like that, right? So you just use just enough, and then you can go over top of that with your other filler, right? So that's the plan here. So like I said, once this dries, that top part, it's good. I'm not messing with that anymore. But the lower part here, we'll be adding another coat of the Duraglass and giving that a chance to harden once both of them set up decently enough, which doesn't take long. It really depends on how much hardener you use. But, you know, for the small amount, you don't need to use a whole lot because it'll dry up too fast on you, right? So you won't even get to apply it and it'll be hard on the board. So just note that. But anyway, I'll be doing what I just mentioned, and we'll come back to it and hopefully get it straight. I think I'm gonna go ahead too and get the DA out and work this area at the same time, right? Because I hate just seeing the unsightly mark where it was welded. You can already see it's pretty much disappeared there, right? We got to cover with the filler. So that's the objective, you know, and slowly but surely, before you know it, we'll have this side done, you know, or at least looking a lot better than it just was. So we'll be getting it together and getting onto the other side in the coming days. And shortly thereafter, I gotta go outside and I gotta start taking the four-door apart. So I'll have the front clip in here and get the body on the frame, because I will need to kind of reposition the car and roll it back a bit when it's time to put the frame under there, right? Because when I took it off the body cart, I should have pushed it back further. There's no room right here for me to put the front clip, and the frame would be sticking, you know, way out here. So we got to move it back. I got to do a little cleanup in the back area there. I got cherry pickers, some engines, all kinds of miscellaneous stuff. So, but anyway, we'll stay focused and we get this bad boy done. So just stick along for the journey. And yeah, hopefully let's get it done together, man. If you have missed any of the previous videos, just check out the playlist. I have a playlist for this entire project, 62 Impala project. So you can see where we started on it when it first got here, and et cetera, et cetera. So I like to put it together like that. So in case that you're doing one of your own, you'll be able to see step by step what I did with mine, okay? And another just thing worth mentioning, there's many ways to do this stuff. I'm no expert, you know, I'm just doing the best I can and trying to help motivate you guys to do the same. So if you learn something along the way, that's cool. But if you got a better way to do it, hey, don't hold back. Drop a comment below and let me know how you would have did it or did something differently. But yeah, that's it for now. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a little bit with hopefully a little more progress on the 62 Impala project. here at Motor City Customs in Detroit, Michigan. Yeah, be right back. Peace. All right. So, still letting the Duraglass set up. I mean, it's pretty dry, but I probably should use a little more hardener. We'll give it a little more time. But sanded down this area a little bit just to see what was there. I mean, it looks like it already has some sort of Duraglass under it. You can kind of see the darker color filler there. So I don't think I'm gonna dig all of this out, but I don't know. I might. I'm gonna sit and think about it for a minute. But yeah, basically they spliced in a piece here, back, basically the whole, damn near the whole quarter. So, yep, it's gonna come out good because it's pretty decent work, you know. So just needs a little filler and finesse work. I'm gonna go ahead. I think I probably will put a skim coat of Duraglass over it, and then just to give a little extra rigidity, and then start cleaning up the rest of this lower quarter, getting all that surface rust off of there, and seeing what we need to do from there. I want to use minimal filler, so some people say, oh, skim coat that whole thing and block it, but we'll see. I got to run my hand over it a few times to see how it feels, and if it's good, then maybe I will put a light skim coat on it just to get it A1. I'll block most of it off, right? It'll end up looking like that, but there could be some little low spots and whatnot that I can't see with the naked eye or may not feel with my hand, but that's where we're at. Gotta let this continue to dry. I think it's beer 30 right now. I'm gonna go ahead and have an ice cold beverage and let this chill for a minute and then get back cracking shortly. Yep. So stay tuned. We'll see where we end up today. But the good news is we're back on it and we're making some forward progress. Be right back. All right, fam, we're back. Got a little more work done. Yeah, as you can see, wiped a little more Duraglass. And I cleaned up a little more of the metal, but I'm not gonna get to all of it today. It's not that serious. I checked the forecast, and we're not gonna have a whole lot of rain, if any, before the next time I'm back at the shop. So with that being said, there's no point to go crazy with it and try to get every little bit of surface rust off and prime it. Because at the same time, if I'm not prime it now, I'm gonna have to sand that back off anyway. And I'm not a fan of wasting material, right? As with every project here at Motor City Customs, we try to do things on a budget, a tight budget rather. So we got to be careful what we're doing so we don't waste money, right? And waste time, which is, even more precious, right? So we don't want to have to do anything twice, or and including purchasing materials. So with that said, this is going to be a good stopping point for today. Fiberglass is drying up pretty good. I could start sanding on it now if I wanted to, but I just want to give it a little extra time to cure. And so I'll be gone, for at least a day, maybe a couple. So that'll be a good opportunity for it to set up a bit. Then we'll come back in, we'll start sanding on it, get it nice and smooth, and then we'll plan to assess the situation then, but we're gonna go over it with some filler. And so after wiping the panels a bit with my hands, they do need, this whole panel will get a skim coat of filler. There's some, low spots here and there. And that kind of stuff happens, right? When you're replacing panels, and then when you take it all the way down to metal, depending on what method you use, it's not a good idea to be grinding on the damn panel with a DA or the little die grinder like you see me doing here. It really isn't. The only reason why I'm doing it is just a good way to knock off some of that surface rust. But there's other methods. You could use chemicals and whatnot, but I'm just working with what I got. And like I said, this car is not perfect. I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm just trying to make it nice, a very nice street car. If it comes out better, then hey, more power to me. If it comes out worse, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it, because what it's about is getting this classic back on the road, enjoying this car while I can, and having a good start for somebody else when I decide to let it go, right? So, and I'm documenting, so there it is. There's no gray area. can look back on these videos years from now and see exactly what I did. And so we'll see how it goes. But I have pretty high confidence that this is going to turn out to be a really nice car. So I'm, of course, putting my best foot forward and trying to give it a great effort. But, you know, we're not going to go crazy on it, right? As if it was a show car. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this latest episode on the 62 Impala project here at Motor City Customs. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you didn't, you know, sorry about that. We'll try and do better next time. You know, leave a like, share, comment, you know, and let us know how you feel about it. And stay tuned, because it's not over yet. This is just one step forward, but we got plenty more to go. As you see, this is a bare shell. Absolutely nothing there. So it's a true frame off, ground up build. So stay tuned and let's see where we can take this bad boy. All right, guys, I'm your host, Shawnee C, and that's a wrap.